Prashant? Prashant?
No one,
Yeah.
madam. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one, madam.
Okay.
Hmm. Yes, madam. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one, madam.
Okay. Anjali, we can wait for 2 more minutes, I think, because participants are still joining. So we'll start at 8:05.
Noted, ma'am.
Prashant, before we start, please check that all the participants should have access to the chat window.
Yes, madam. I had given rights to them. Hello.
Okay, because when I'm trying, I can't. I think we can start now, Anjali.
Sure, ma'am. A very good evening to one and all present. My name is Anjali Singh, and I'm first year. Everyone, I request you to please kindly mute your mics. Sorry for the interruption. A very good evening to one and all present. My name is Anjali Singh, and I'm a first year student of MBA IB at Symbiosis Institute of International Business. I'll be your host for the phenomenal session on how SIIB can transform your career. So, aspirants, in case you have any questions related to SIIB or the courses which SIIB offers, you are requested to type them in the comment section below. I'm pleased to introduce our esteemed panelist for the day, Dr. Alka Maurya ma'am, Director and Professor at Symbiosis Institute of International Business, Pune, having a rich experience of about 28 years in export promotion, international business, teaching, research, and consulting. Dr. Maurya also holds a master's degree in international business from IIFT, along with PhD in international business. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you here. Next, we are joined by Dr. Prakash Rao, sir, Deputy Director, Professor, and Head of the Sustainability Management Program at SIIB Pune. Sir has 40 years of experience and has published around 85 research papers, notes, and book chapters in peer-reviewed international journals and books. Today, Sir will be guiding us about MBA in Sustainability Management course at SIIB Pune. Next, we are joined by Professor Sushant Malik, sir. Professor Malik has done his bachelor's in economics from University of Delhi. With over 4.5 years of experience as assistant professor at SIIB Pune, sir is also a PhD scholar at the Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics. Sir has published many research papers in peer-reviewed international journals in Scopus and Web of Science database. Ladies and gentlemen, let me walk you through this 32-year-old legacy of Symbiosis Institute of International Business through a brief presentation. Till then, you are requested to type your questions related to SIIB in the comment section. We will take them up and clear all your doubts for sure.
You are on mute, Anjali.
Starting with the history of Symbiosis Institute of International Business, we need to understand the timeline. So here is a brief presentation. In 1992, Symbiosis that we see today was started off as Symbiosis Institute of Foreign Trade. Moving on, in I'm really sorry for the technical glitch, everyone. Moving on to 2001, Symbiosis Institute of International Business moved to a broader scope of international business and as renamed as we see it today. In 2004, MBA in Agribusiness was introduced. A specialized agribusiness program was introduced in response to industry's demands. In 2009, energy and environment In 2009, MBA in Energy and Environment was introduced. The program was solely focused on the needs of the industry regarding energy and environment. In 2010, the SIIB Institute of International Business was shifted to a new campus.
It seems, Anjali, you're facing a network issue.
If it is okay, I can take this up, Dr. Alka.
Yeah, so you will be sharing your slides or you want to
Maybe
take
somebody
up?
will have to just keep doing this. So I will just keep on speaking quickly, going through this. Who's managing the slides there?
Anjali only.
Yeah, so Anjali, if you can just show the next slide.
She's facing problem in changing the slides only.
I didn't, let me see if I can just share my screen if it's possible. Yeah?
Yes.
But I can do that and see whether it works or not. Okay, now I'm sharing my screen, right? Is it okay? I hope it will be visible soon. Give me a minute while I download the information banner. Just give me 2 seconds since this is suddenly it has come. Just give me a minute.
Technology also has its own set of
Yeah,
challenges.
I think there's sometimes when we're all set to go, it happens.
Yes.
Just give me 1 minute and I'll just get this going. Just sharing it now for a minute and I'll just get it done. Okay, so I hope the slides are visible now. So let me just take you through this quickly. Please confirm it's visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so participants, apologies for that little glitch, and we would like to take this forward from here. And let me take you through a very quick glance on what SIIB has been. This is one of India's premier B schools, and as you can see the timeline here, we are 32 years old. and we've had a legacy of uh, bringing up young professionals in management degrees, primarily in the area of international business, in energy environment, and in agribusiness. And in 2024, we have now transforming our energy environment program into MBA in sustainability management. So this is what you see in front of you. We have a significant amount of academic collaborations that this institute offers for our students. Now you can see from this slide that we have international collaborations with a series of universities in Europe, in the Middle East, also in North America, in Canada, and many more. The idea of these collaborations help students to be part of student exchange programs, semester exchange. We also get faculty members coming from these places for our own, for our um, academic program. So we regularly receive a lot of people coming from many of these places. Going ahead, we also have a significant amount of industry collaborations. So we have collaborations with Bloomberg, Veritas. We also have with Grant Thornton, which is one of India's leading consulting agencies. We also have the SAP University Alliances for students who are interested in going ahead for SAP. We have simulation-based programs as well as part of our industry collaborations. We also have some unique way in which we conduct our academic programs. So we have a very specific mentor-mentee program. We have a Coursera and SWAYAM course. We have an agreement with the Coursera online platform for students to learn. There are workshops and grooming processes which are held throughout the year. We have value-added courses beyond our regular curriculum and also live projects as well. So you can actually see that the concepts that students go through here are very diverse. Uh, Excellent infrastructure. Since the institute was formed in 1992, we have the state-of-the-art Wi-Fi terminal. We have a Bloomberg terminal for students to look at various aspects of the equity markets. We have a knowledge center, which is very well equipped with not only physical books, but a lot of e-databases as well. And of course, from the hostel point of view, there are a lot of facilities for students like swimming pool, gymnasium, auditorium, and a well-maintained sports arena. So rest assured, this is the place where students can actually come and spend 2 wonderful years really. We have a lot of mentoring programs around which are conducted by alumni, and you can actually see this through a series of alumni who give back to our institute, their alma mater. Over the last 32 years, some of them are in very senior positions, and they actually come back and share their insights and thoughts on how the industry is and what should aspiring MBA graduates should look at from this institute. So we have a very, very strong alumni mentoring program at the institute. And in the context of alumni, these are some of our very illustrious alumni. And you can see that they're all in excellent positions globally. And over the last few years, these alumni have brought laurels to this institute really by carrying out a lot of business processes. They've been winning awards, and they've been doing great work out there in the industry. So a few more snapshots of who they are, and they're just not necessarily in India, but they're also overseas. So you can see that there are people who are in very senior positions in Canada, California, in the UAE, and many more areas as well. So the legacy of this institute is built around these alumni who are contributing to our students as also our academic programs. At the institute level, there are a lot of committees. Students play a very important role for the institute, and you can see that students are encouraged to be part of various committees. The corporate relations team, the alumni relations committee. We have a public relations and media committee, which is very important for ensuring that we project to the rest of the world what SIIB is doing, what our students are, how they are performing. And then, of course, the admissions committee. It's an every integral part of our student body here at the institute. So there are several committees and a few more. Student activity committee. So it's not necessarily only academics. There's also a lot of fun out there. So we have a sports committee which takes care of the sports requirements of students. We have an CSR, or what we call the ISR, the Institutional Social Responsibility Committee, called Shitij, which does a lot of social responsibility work on campus. We also have an entrepreneurship cell, which is very important these days in the age of startups. So we have a cell which is headed by a faculty member, and a set of students coordinate this activity year round. There are clubs which have been formed at this institute, and this is something very recent that the institute has created. Informal clubs in different areas, and you will see here they are not only academically oriented in the area of marketing, finance. We have an HR club, we have an committee club, agribusiness club, we have an energy and environment club, and of course we also have the other side to it, where cultural events. So we have these dramatics, and we have the cultural committees as well, clubs like Rag and iBeats. So as I said, it's not just academics. There's a lot of intercultural programs that these clubs contribute to. So there are club activities. So there is a theater club called Drishyam, which is also very popular among students. And of course, the regular academic clubs are also add a lot of value for students when they hear a lot of new developments in the industry. There are events, and this institute takes pride in saying that we conduct a series of events ranging from the foundation day of the institute, where we actually have a musical concert. We have also industry oriented events called which help a lot of senior industry professionals coming to campus to talk to our students and spend a day with us. So there is ENECON, the Energy Environment Summit, the Agri Summit is there. Our flagship event is the Leadership Series, where we have eminent industry professionals coming from not only India but from outside India as well, and sharing their views on what's happening around the world of business and industry. So there are events planned throughout the year, and of course, more importantly, for students who are aspiring to join SIIB, Ignisense is our techno managerial cultural event which takes place every year. And Ignisense is also a much sought after event for students every year. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it if those students who want to join this institute. This is a great place to bond and network as well. We have three programs at this institute, as was initially mentioned. We have our flagship program, which is the MBA on International Business. We have our second program, which is a very niche program, which is on agribusiness, and a third program, which is on sustainability management. A little bit on this, because the energy this sustainability management was earlier called the Energy Environment Program, but keeping in mind the industry trends related to sustainability and the world of ESG, we are now transforming this program into the sustainability management program. These are programs which have been there for many years and are offering students a wide range of courses to take as they go through their 2 year MBA journey. So here you are. You have the MBA International Business, which is our flagship program, where the courses offered are related to global business environment, trade finance, there's export import management, there's international marketing, supply chain, and a whole host of courses. A lot of these are also available on our website. Please do look at the website to understand more of the International Business Program, which is our biggest program of this institute. The institute was formed on the basis of this entire idea of looking at how India stays connected to the rest of the world. So international business is what we are very proud of. So there are some facts and figures here in terms of how this program has been faring in terms of summer internships and final placements. So you can see there are some data out here which tells you about why this program is very popular with students as well. But it's not about that. It's got a legacy of 32 years of work, and there is a very strong industry connect that we have built over the last 30 odd years. So you can see a list of recruiters here in the area of international business, and not only Indian companies, but some of the big consulting companies globally also come to our campus to recruit students for their various roles related to consulting, to business processes, and a whole host of other job profiles. So this is, in a sense, giving you a snapshot of how our international business recruiters are there on our campus. So more of them. So you can actually see there's so many of them coming to our campus. It's something very important for our institute. The second program, which is the MBA in Agribusiness, started off in 2004 and is now 20 years old, also offers a range of management courses, but the only difference here is it is focused on the agribusiness sector, an extremely important area for India's economy that we need to understand an agri sector a lot. And you can actually see courses related to agri input marketing, agri commodity markets, agricultural economics, export potential analysis for agri products, and again, a very popular program for all students. So here again, facts and figures. So there are the stipend that is offered during internships and the final placements, and students who get a degree in agribusiness move into job roles in the agribusiness sector, including in banks as well, because today the banking industry is also looking at students from this area. So there are recruiters here. Of course, there would be some common recruiters from the international business, but you can actually see a lot of food companies, food processing companies, agri input companies. So you can see a list here. ITC Limited, for example, Deepak Fertilizers. Then you have Syngenta, Mahiko, Agrozi, and a whole host of other companies which are so critical for not only India's growth economy but also overseas. So a wide range of recruiters coming in this area as well. That brings me to our third program, which is the MBA Sustainability Management, which was earlier named as Energy and Environment, where we are focusing primarily in the area of sustainability. So you can see courses here which we conduct relate to sustainability standards, environment management systems, ESG, environmental, social, and governance. ESG is today one of the biggest areas for the corporate sector, and it's not India alone, it's across the world. A lot of focus is being given to this. And our institute also believes that we need to be always in line with what is happening out there in the industry. So we got courses related to ESG, energy audits, energy analytics, and of course, many others. Please feel free to go through the website of all these three programs so that they can get a sense of what this institute is all about. Again, the facts and figures related to our internship program and our final placements. This program started off in 2009 and is now 15 years old, and it's a very very niche program. And so obviously here we need to look at students who are very keen to join the world of sustainability and therefore get very good positions out there in industry. Recruiters, once again, here we are looking at a series of recruiters who are coming to our campus, and they come from a range of companies, including hardcore energy companies, manufacturing like Tata Motors. We have consulting companies like PwC. We are looking at KPMG, Grisil, Grant Thornton, and a whole host of companies who are consulting in the energy and sustainability sector and climate change. Uh, that's where our sustainability management graduates go and pick up jobs. And with that, I will briefly come to the end of this first part of this session, where students who wish to connect to SIIB may please see this. There are phone numbers out here, our emails and admission emails are provided. We also have our contact details below, and of course a QR code. Please feel free to use this QR code. You can scan this either on WhatsApp or on Telegram and connect with us. And if there are any queries, yes, we are happy to sort them out. So I think I will stop my screen sharing here, and perhaps we can take it from there again. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. And as we have planned, we'll just talk about 5 minutes on why a student should choose MBA in International Business, MBA in Agribusiness, and MBA in Sustainability Management. So I'll start first with MBA in International Business. Anjali, are your slides ready, or should I share the presentation? Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just 1 minute. How to go to the slideshow now is...
Bottom right, ma'am.
I can't see anything actually on my... Yeah, it's there.
Yes.
So we'll be talking briefly about why MBA in International Business. You know, I have been in this field for more than 20 years now. I have been teaching subjects related to international business. And while Anjali introduced me, she said I'm an IFT pass out. I passed out in 1996, and after that, I also have done my PhD in the area of international business. So, any student who meets me ask me, why we should opt for an MBA in international business and why not a general MBA. And then I tell them about the various events that's happening around us and how globalization has become a very important factor right now. I'm sure all of you must be familiar with these facts that if we look at the top 15 countries, this particular table we have taken from IMF. So according to IMF figures, as per the GDP, India is the 5th largest economy now. And in addition to that, we also come across news on a regular basis wherein we read about that India is going to be a 3rd largest economy in times to come. So according to IMF, by 2028, we can be a 3rd largest economy. According to World Economic Forum, they say that in the next 5 years, we can be a 3rd largest economy. So by 2029, according to World Economic Forum, we can be a 3rd largest economy. Also, if we always say that each of these organizations are talking about that India in times 3 to 4 years will become a 3rd largest economy. So we also want to look at, why not 2nd and 3rd, why not 1st and 2nd, why we are saying that we are poised to be a 3rd largest economy. So if we look at these figures, India currently has a total GDP of 3.5 trillion as compared to 4.46 trillion for Germany and 4.21 trillion for Japan. So it's easy to cross these figures and become the 3rd largest economy as compared to US and China, which are huge economy with 27 and 17 trillion total size of the economy. Also, this figure is also very important because it talks about as to what is the percentage of trade in total GDP of a country. So in 1960, when all the countries together had a share of 24%. 24% was the share of trade in total GDP of economy, which grew to 50% by 2000, and in 2022, 65% in total GDP, global total GDP was being contributed by international trade. Similarly, if you look at these figures for India, in 1960, India, 11.29% was contributed by international trade, which almost doubled in 2000, with contribution of trade being 26.90%. And in 2022, it again doubled with 49.96%. So this is how the contribution of trade is growing in total GDP of any country. Also, when we are saying that India is poised to be a 3rd largest economy and we will be a 5 trillion economy by 2028, or maybe now a 7 trillion economy by 2030, and also there are reports saying that India will be a 10 trillion economy by 2032. So when we are reading all these news headlines, wherein Sunday Guardian, also I read that if every 1.5 years, if we will grow by 1 trillion, India can become a 10 trillion economy by 2032. And why it is happening? Because government of India is focusing on an export-led growth. Currently, the focus is that 20% of total contribution should come from exports. Not just about international trade, when we talk about FDI also, in 2019, India was among the top 10 destinations. Though last year we have gone down to 15th position, but definitely in times to come, India will be able to revive its position and will be attracting much larger FDI. So the target of the government is that we should be having 100 billion FDI every year coming to our country. So we have talked about international trade, we have talked about FDI, and now if we talk about the Indian global brands, we have brands like Tata Group, Infosys, HDFC, LIC, Reliance Group, that are among the top 100 Indian brands. And then in front of each brand, you also can see their global ranking. So these brands also figure in the global 500 rank. So Tata Group ranks 64, Infosys 145, and so all these companies, all these brands are among the global 500 brands. So that is the size of global economy, or the presence of India on a global map we are talking about. And interestingly, majority of these companies also come to our campus. In fact, this week only we have Infosys hiring our candidates. Then also, we say that we are living in a globalized world wherein each and every business processes is being affected by what's happening globally. So this is a very recent news wherein we have seen, if any of you are reading newspapers would have read about how the Sensex was fluctuating in November and December because of a lot of events that were happening in the global scale, specifically the president election in US, the Russia-Ukraine war, the Palestine-Israel war. So all these things also had an impact on our Sensex. So even our financial market are now interdependent and linked with the global financial market. We also have Indians leading the, not just the Indian companies, but also the global companies. So I'm sure all of you are aware about these faces. It's Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Arvind Krishna, and Parag Agrawal. If we talk about the future projections, IMF has projected that in 2025, Indian economy will grow by 7% as compared to 5%, which is a projection for China. So when, having talked about how international trade, how investment, how global business of companies matter these days. So that is why companies need professionals which have a knowledge of international business, so that they can help these companies to explore and exploit the opportunities which is there for India in the global landscape. Now, if we talk about benefits of Masters or MBA in International Business, so when we talk about MBA in International Business offered by SIIB, so your first specialization is in international business. And in addition to that, you can also have a second specialization, which can be in any functional domain of management, be it marketing, finance, HR, and supply chain management. And after completing your MBA, you get an opportunity to work in leading global multinational organization. And in times to come, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, you can aspire to be a global manager. If we compare as to how MBA in international business, because this is one of the questions which most of the students actually ask, what is difference between MBA in international business and general management? So first of all, when we talk about MBA in general MBA, then the primary focus of these programs are to give you specialization in marketing, finance, human resource management, information technology, supply chain management, and they offered international business only as a specialization. Wherein when we talk about MBA in international business is being taught right from semester 1. So from semester 1 to semester 4, you will have full range of subjects, specifically in the area of international business. So unlike general management, wherein you only have a few subjects as specialization in your MBA program, which are being taught in semester 3 or semester 4, in MBA IB, you have subjects of international business all spread all through the 4 semesters. And secondly, as I said, that we also offer you specialization in marketing, finance, HR, and supply chain management. So these subjects are also being taught with the international orientation. So in your specialization, you will have subjects like international marketing, international HRM, international supply chain management, and so on. So in general MBA, the subjects will be in the core area of management, and they might offer a dual specialization, major, minor, with one specialization can be, major specialization can be marketing, minor can be finance, and so on. But when we talk about masters in international business, I think someone, Samiksha call is trying to write something. Do you want to write something in the chat window, Samiksha? Prashant, if we can just look into this. So when we talk about MBA in international business, as I said, right from semester 1 till your last semester, we teach you how international business is being done. And in addition to that, you also can have a second specialization. What are the opportunities after completing your MBA in international business? As per the trend that we have observed in last 20 years, while I have been in academics, we have seen that 75 to 80% students join companies having international operations. Initially, they might not be put in the export or the international division because the companies want them to understand the organization, the product, the business processes, and so on. So initially, they are being put in the domestic division, and later on, they are transferred to the international division. Currently, we have our alumni who are heading the international operations of organization. Today only, we had one of the alumni who visited the campus, who was heading the international business division in Mahindra. Remaining 20 to 25% students join the family business. In fact, we have a lot of students who have joined this year who have their family business. And since we also have introduced a course in entrepreneurship, so we are training them as to how they can take their family business to the international landscape. Remaining 5 to 10%, they pursue higher education. Either they go for PhD or MSc in the foreign universities. So what we teach at SIIB, as I said, right from semester 1 to semester 4, you have various subjects in the field of international business. So in first semester, we have a subject called Global Business Environment, wherein we teach our students how you can analyze the global business environment, how you can analyze the business environment of a particular country by analyzing the political, economical, social, and the technological environment. We also teach our students about intricacies of international business. Say, for example, if you are dealing with a buyer who's based maybe in Germany, the payment methods have to be different because you are dealing in international currency now, and you are dealing with a buyer who is located in some other country. So the same payment method cannot be used, which you normally use while doing trade in the domestic market. So we tell them how a letter of credit operates, what are the various payment methods which are being used in international trade. We also tell them when the goods are there at the port, how the custom clearance is being done, why marine insurance is important, because when you're sending your goods to some countries in Africa, wherein the goods might reach the buyer in 15 to 20 days, and the transit risk is there. So that is why there is importance of marine insurance. We also teach them about how to manage business across cultures. I'm sure you would have come across many news articles wherein companies fail miserably because they fail to understand the culture of a country. So we teach our students as to why cultural differences are there and what can be done to avoid these cultural problems or failures which the companies normally face in the international market. Policy regulation also is very important because each and every country have their own regulations as far as the international trade is concerned. So we in fact have hands-on workshop wherein we teach our students as to how they can find out the policy regulations related to their product in the international market. And most importantly, communication skill is also a very important part of our curriculum. So we have a foreign business language, which is compulsory for all the students in the first year. So we offer French, German, Spanish, Japanese, and the students study these languages as part of the curriculum also. So this is it from my side. And when we talk about the recruiters and the pay package, another thing that already have been shared in the presentation by Dr. Rao, wherein we gave you clear picture as to which are the companies that come to our campus for recruitment and what is the highest, lowest, and the median package which is there. So thank you from my side. Anjali, who's going next now?
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. We will be sharing the PPTs for agribusiness, and Shashank, sir, I would request you to please glance upon the PPT and explain this to
Yes.
aspirants.
So you will be sharing the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Please. So can you go to the next slide? Yes. Okay, the next one. Yes, so basically, students, the flow of my presentation will be to understand why we should be, why it is important to do an MBA in agribusiness, and what are the benefits of doing an MBA in agribusiness from SIIB. Finally, what is the difference between an MBA in agribusiness versus an MBA in general management? So before we start, we need to understand that there are 6 subsystems in agribusiness: input, production, post-harvest, marketing, and allied services. Allied services can be agri-finance, digital agriculture, etc. So there is a huge in India, specifically if we see the case of India, there is a huge gap between the production as a subsystem of agribusiness versus other subsystems of agribusiness. So if we need to understand, there are 85% of farmers who are small and marginal in India, and who have a land size of less than 1 and 2 acres. So 85% of the farmers with land holdings less than 1 and 2 acres versus the other subsystems of agriculture like input, production, post-harvest, marketing, and allied services. So Now, out of this, let's say the 85% of the farmers were small and marginal. So 42% of the livelihood in India depends on agriculture for these farmers. And this sector has been growing at an annual rate of 4.18% over the last 5 years. We also know that the sector grew when all the sectors were in negative during the COVID period. So understanding agribusiness helps you understand and bridge the gap between production as a subsystem of agribusiness versus all the other subsystems. So how these 85% of the small and marginal farmers who are producing something, how they can be connected to agri marketing, how they can be connected to agri finance, how they can be connected to agri input, how they can be connected to the other systems of other subsystems of agribusiness. Can you go next? Now, one by one, we'll see the reasons. We see that the scope of innovation, entrepreneurship, integration of technology, that is the allied subsystem of agribusiness, how it can be integrated to the production and post-harvest. So, because we need to achieve productivity and efficiency, we are using AI, IoT, blockchain in the agriculture, and this creates a demand for the skilled professionals in integrating these tools and technologies with the production subsystem of agriculture. And we can see this sector will grow to 204 billion by 2025. Next. Can we go next? Yes. Now we see, now if you see on the right hand side, we are seeing that in sugarcane, maize, rice, wheat, soya bean, cotton, India lacks significantly with respect to the productivity as compared to other countries, even Brazil. And so US and China is a different case, but with respect to Brazil also we lack in some of the products, right? Now understand that the demand for the food in next 20 years, 30 years is going to grow by 50%, right? And if this demand has to grow, we have to work on productivity, efficiency, distributing the food in an efficient way, bringing the food to the table in an efficient way, increasing the productivity. And if we have to achieve this, India has to play a huge role with respect to agribusiness area in increasing the productivity, in increasing the efficiency. Next. Now, if we see the global trade and competitiveness, though India ranks almost first and second with respect to fruits and vegetables, milk production, overall food production, fish production, livelihood production, the exports are also growing in this area. We can see the cashew exports last year grew by 7.2%, fruits and vegetables by 15.9%, and India, you can see that if we rank first, second in almost these commodities, so India is a significant player in global agri commodity trade. So the knowledge of agribusiness enhances India's competitiveness in the exports of the commodities like rice, spices, horticulture products, etc. At SIIB, though we will teach you how can you study the competitiveness of these products, how you can create projects around the export competitiveness of these products, etc. Next. Next. Can we go next? Yes. So the earlier one. Yes. So there is a huge scope with respect to value addition and branding also, the fourth subsystem of agriculture. And the companies in the agribusiness domain are seeing that we are seeing that consumers are preferring highly value added products with respect to fruits and vegetables, branded products, processed products, etc. So if these sectors are going to grow, right, we are shifting on the right hand side of the demographic transition. So the demand of these products are going to grow, right? And again, we need to understand the sector, specifically how these products can be marketed in urban areas, rural areas, etc. So a combination of agribusiness, rural marketing will help you understand how these products can be branded, how value addition can be done, etc. Next. Now, basically, we see that with respect to production. So, when we started this presentation, we saw there is a huge gap between production as a subsystem and all the other subsystems. Now, Indian government is trying so I told you that 85% of the farmers are small and marginal. Now Indian government is trying to collectivize these farmers in FPCs, farmer producer companies, which is a sub part of farmer producer organization. Now imagine that instead of dealing with one small and marginal farmer, you are dealing with a group of 500, 1000, 5000 small and marginal farmers and FPCs. Now it increases their competitiveness in marketing their products. It increases the chance of entrepreneurs who can now, instead of procuring it from small farmers, can directly procure products from FPCs, right? It gives you a chance as an entrepreneur to provide digital services to these FPCs, to provide accounting services to these FPCs, to procure directly from these FPCs, etc. Again, this is also one of the reason why you should study MBA in agribusiness. Why? Because you will manage these FPCs. You will be doing business with these FPCs. Next. So finally, coming to the next part of my presentation, which is the benefits of doing an MBA in agribusiness management from SIIB. So we have recruiters which are from diverse areas such as agri-finance, rural finance, agriculture marketing, agri-input companies, ag-tech companies, supply chain management companies, consultancy, policy analysis, companies doing rural marketing, etc. We also encourage entrepreneurial ventures in agri startups, including value added products, e-commerce platforms, supply chain solutions. You also saw in the first slide, first presentation, which was presented by Dr. Rao, that we have entrepreneurs, our alums. The companies are Agri Vijay, AgroStar, Axon Agro, right? Uh, the course will definitely provide you an insight in agricultural value chain from production to marketing, export, technology integration, digital agriculture. And the course will focus on global agriculture trade alongside the case of Indian rural and agri-allied market realities. Now, initially, as Dr. Alka Maurya mentioned, the difference between MBA in agribusiness, she mentioned the difference between MBA in international business and MBA in journal management. Similarly, with respect to agribusiness, also, you will be studying the basic course in management, the basic courses like you do in a journal MBA program, courses in marketing, finance, supply chain, HR, etc. Along with that, there will be a set of diverse courses with respect to, with specifically focusing on agribusiness, like agri supply chain management, agriculture finance, microfinance, agri commodity markets, agri supply chain management, right? So these set of courses will be provided to you in each and every semester. And basically, we have courses that give you a blend of knowledge, skills, as well as industry exposure. For example, we have a course, I was mentioning FPCs, we have a course on how to manage FPCs. We were mentioning exports, we have a course on analyzing the export potential of different agricultural commodities. So it will give you a blend of skill, knowledge, and industry flavor with respect to case studies, actual courses which will give you life skills, etc. So over to you, Rao sir.
Okay, thank you, Sushant. We will now very quickly take a look at the third important program that SIIB offers. This is the MBA in Sustainability Management. And as you can see, this is about trying to prepare for a sustainable future. So I won't take too much time, but I'll quickly run you through why this program is important for students. So can I have the next slide immediately? Yeah, so the need for sustainability management today comes from a series of global environmental issues that we are all facing. I'm sure everybody has heard about the climate crisis in terms of why climate change is causing problems for all of us. While that is an important issue, we also need to take stock about how industry needs to react to the changing climate around us and what can industry really do to reduce the problem of climate change. This program teaches you exactly how we can create solutions around and opportunities around this area of climate change and sustainability. Then there is this whole idea about biodiversity depletion, which is an important part of our planet and why we need to take care of our natural resources as well. The third reason is about economic costs. Now, a lot of us really do not realize that the kind of natural disasters, issues like climate change cause significant amount of losses for our country and also our economy. And all of this coming from natural disasters can mean a huge uh, uh, negative growth for the country. And therefore, we need to also look at sustainability management from an economic viewpoint, particularly. And of course, rising consumer awareness. Today, there's a lot of people who are trying to look at environmentally conscious brands in terms of products and services. So that's another reason why the sustainability management program is so important today. Next slide, quickly. So there's been enough activism around this area. So whether it's the courts or if there are young generation, the youth leadership, a lot of people are talking about issues on climate change, renewable energy, and conservation through a series of campaigns, grassroots movements, and it's not just in India alone, but it's globally there are issues now. Next slide. So, what kind of real world applications you would experience through this, particularly from a corporate sector? What really is important here to understand is that the corporate world, or what we call as the business and industry world, is taking a lot of actions towards sustainability. So here we're just giving you some idea about a couple of companies which are working towards becoming an important part of the world's sustainability journey. So you got Microsoft, you have IKEA. From an Indian perspective, you have very big companies, Mahindra and Mahindra, Tata Power, Siemens India. Most of them are talking about reducing their carbon emissions, going green, building the whole sector of green manufacturing, improving their technology processes to become more sustainable in the future. So this is an area which is becoming now very important for all of us, and therefore we believe that when a student joins the MBA Sustainability Management Program, this becomes an important part of their job profiles. Next one, next slide, quick. So, where does this come from? So, as I said, we are SIIB, the Symbiosis Institute of International Business. So, our sustainability management program is also global in a sense because we not only look at sustainability issues in India, but also what's happening overseas. For example, the European Green Deal. There's a lot of focus today that's happening on the European region, and our curriculum is aligned to many of these issues, which is happening not only in the European region but also in many other parts of the world. At the same time, in India as well, there's so much happening in this area. Like, for example, India's solar energy capacity has gone up because of the government's policies on solar energy. We're looking at electric vehicles, and many of you would be seeing all these uh, passenger vehicles which are from EV, the two-wheelers on the road. SIIB Sustainability Management Program specifically looks at training students on the EV area so that there are opportunities for them when they move into the EV sector after their 2-year program here. Next slide. So, what are the benefits of learning this course here? Now, it's a given fact today that uh, green skills are perhaps the major springboard to career growth today. And there's enough evidence of the fact that a lot of people want young talent around sustainability and building green skills. So, how do you gain skills? So, one of the ways in which we are looking at is to look at specific disciplines in this area, like sustainable financing. We are looking at green bonds. We are looking at this whole area of ESG, or what is called environmental, social, and governance investing. ESG, in fact, has become the buzzword today of almost every industrial player, not only in India but globally. And we are happy to say that SIIB has been at the forefront of trying to build the talent of young students in this area. And we've been doing this for many years now, and our curriculum is perfectly aligned with this area. And it's also the need towards looking at sustainability officers in the corporate world. And by addressing this, we are also looking at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, because that is again something important for all of us to understand. Can I have the next slide, please? So, SIIB as I told you, started off as the MBA in Energy Environment. It was established, the institute was established in 1992. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but we launched the MBA Energy Environment program in 2009 with the idea of looking at global trends, energy, environment, and sustainability. The idea being that here is a technology sector and we wanted to integrate technology, business, and sustainable development together as an interdisciplinary course for students. So the major areas included energy, which is renewable energy, non-renewable energy, analytics, audits, project financing, sustainability in terms of climate change and carbon markets, life cycle assessments, and so on and so forth. What the MBA program does is to have an industry-centric approach with a very application-based learning approach. We have field visits, we have projects, and we have a lot of data analytics that go into the course curriculum as well. Faculty in this area come from academics as well as a lot of different industry sectors. So there's a huge amount of ex- experience coming in into conducting this program. What it does in terms of impact, many students would want to know what are the opportunities in this. So it actually produces specialists in ESG, renewable energy, carbon finance, environmental risk management. And the idea is that we believe that today's young generation will become the leaders of tomorrow in terms of bridging this gap between technology, business, and sustainable development. Can I have the next slide, please? So this is almost the same slide that has been there. We have primarily focused on energy management, climate change risk and mitigation, and sustainable development. And this is becoming an important element today worldwide. And the curriculum is very, very diverse. It's very, very closely aligned with what the industry is requiring today in terms of young talent coming in this place. Can you have the next slide? The shift happened to sustainability management primarily because today sustainability has become the core focus of business operations and strategic planning. And there's a growing demand of professionals, and that's where SIIB's MBA program is one of the is at the forefront of driving sustainability. So we're looking at also global policies like the Paris Agreement, the net zero goals, and as I said, the ESG compliance, which is now becoming almost mandatory for everybody. Every company requires an ESG compliance today. And so therefore, we have strategically rebranded this program to align ourselves with the industry and also to provide career opportunities for young students in this area. Next slide. So again, a very diverse curriculum, and students who join this program will learn about corporate sustainability, ESG, renewable energy, carbon markets, circular economy. They also will be looking at sustainable infrastructure like green buildings, energy management, and of course, given that climate change is such an important issue for the world of business, a lot of strategic focus on climate change. As I said, this is all centered around what is really happening in industry. Next slide. These are some of the courses. I won't go into the depth of these courses. These courses are also available on the website. Please feel free to look at it. But it just gives you a very different perspective about the kind of courses that we teach here in our 2-year MBA program. Next slide. Yeah, and what are the opportunities here? So as I said, this is where I think it all comes down to. Why an MBA in sustainability management? There are a series of corporate roles like ESG analyst, sustainability consultant, or a sustainability manager, or in terms of even policy and planning as an environmental planner, or as a climate change strategist. Today, many industries today look for climate change strategists, and also it can throw open a huge sense of opportunities in entrepreneurship. There are people who have now started their own ventures in waste management, clean energy, like renewable energy. Additionally, there are other roles like you could become a sustainable finance professional, you could become a green marketing manager, or an energy consultant as well. And yeah, the demand is so high today that investing in sustainability, obviously, for a green workforce is perhaps the order of the day. Next slide. Yeah. So we have seen this, that how important our program is, and we are on par with most of the IIMs that are also teaching sustainability management today. So be it IIM Lucknow, IIM Bangalore, SIIB is all in that same league today in terms of trying to build young talent. Next slide. So yeah, I think we can skip. We have already gone into this. Can you go on ahead, please? Yes, these are the courses. Yeah, please go on. Please go on. Yeah. So I'll end here. Thank you so much for patiently listening to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the vivid description, Dr. Alka Maurya ma'am, Dr. Prashant Rao sir, and Professor Shashank Malik sir. Now we are going towards some of the questions that I can see in the comment box. So the first question that I can see here is, what all subjects are taught in the domain of international marketing in SIIB, and what all companies visit the campus for recruiting marketing students of IB? So I think, ma'am, this question goes to you.
Definitely. We have experts from industry. We have a blend of core faculty and visiting faculty who teach subjects like international marketing. So, when we study marketing, normally colleges teach you 4 P's of marketing in the domestic market. But when we talk about international marketing, each of those 4 P's, product, price, place, promotion, are being taught with the international perspective. And the best part we have out here is that we have a blend of core and visiting faculty. So we have professionals from the industry who have a rich experience of working in leading companies and have extensive experience of marketing the product globally, actually come and share the experience with the student. And in addition to the regular classrooms, we also have a workshop on Saturdays, wherein in addition to the core and visiting faculty, we have a lot of industry professionals at a level of vice president and CEOs who come and interact with the student. And those are just experience sharing session, wherein no more theories, no more PowerPoint presentations are there, but they essentially share their experience and clear all the doubts which the student have. And as far as the companies, I think which already have been shared with us, so we have leading companies like we last week itself, we have ITC on the campus, we have Wipro, we have Capgemini, we have Deloitte. So all the 4 big consulting companies also come to the campus. And in addition to that, there are a lot of companies specifically who recruit our students specifically in the area of international marketing. And if you want to have more details about the recruiters, it is available on a website. You can visit that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So it can be clearly seen that regular interaction and a global interconnectedness has made SIB as a marketing mecca, we can see. So the next question, I'm moving on to the next question that I can see. What are the some specific courses that are offered in MBA IB that gives us idea of international business? So ma'am, again, that question goes to you.
So as I said in my presentation, in the first semester, we have a subject of global business environment, wherein, as I said, we teach you as to how you can analyze the business environment in different countries across the globe. In second semester, we have a subject. In first semester, again, there is another subject on export-import management, wherein we teach our students about various methods of international trade, marine cargo insurance, what are the documents required for international trade, what are the custom clearance process, both for export and import, what are the foreign trade regulations in India. In semester 3, we have a subject on trade finance and forex management. In semester 3, since we have the specializations in it, so in addition to the core subject in area of international business, which is advanced strategic marketing, we also have specialization subjects, as I said, international marketing for students who specialize in marketing domain, international finance for students who specialize in finance, international HRM, and global supply chain management.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this description. It's so moving on to the next question, asked by Soumya. What are some of the specific courses that are offered in sustainability management that give us an idea of sustainability in general? So, Dr. Prakash Rao, sir, I think this question.
Absolutely. So when a student comes forward to take or do an MBA in sustainability management, it opens up an entire range of courses for the student related to not only the domain of sustainability, but also we are looking at disciplines like the energy sector, the environmental sector, and of course, in today's world, when we are all talking about climate change, the climate change area as well. So we have courses related to, when I start off with energy, there could be a course on energy audits and energy management. There are analytics courses around energy. So we have an energy analytics course. We also have courses, as I spoke in the session, on electric vehicles. We created a course on electric vehicles very recently because of the current push for EVs, not only globally but also in India. So we believe that this is going to be the future, and therefore there is a course which is a very energy specific course on electric vehicles and how do you look at EVs as in its business. Coming to the environment sector, we also have courses related to environment impact assessments. We have an environment management course, environment management systems course, and we also have a life cycle assessment course. So as the student progresses in the 2-year MBA, they go deeper into trying to understand some of the intricate processes of environment management through what is called LCA. So again, that is so diverse there. The third angle is sustainability, and here, as I said, ESG is becoming a very critical aspect of every MBA student's understanding of this. And we have not been at all far behind. As I said, that SIIB has been at the forefront of anything related to sustainability for the last almost 15 years. And that is the reason today your program is being titled as MBA Sustainability Management. So we've got courses on sustainability standards. We have got governance and corporate sustainability. We also teach ethics for students, because these are all becoming important for students when they go into careers in the area of ESG. And then, of course, climate change. We have courses related to climate change and its allied areas. So that's a snapshot. Of course, please feel free to take a look at the website. And if there are any more clarifications, do write to us. We'll give you more details.
Thank you so much, sir. So, as EV and sustainability is the future of the growing India and globally, it's the future of the world. So, amalgamation of energy and environment with management surely will give you an edge in the industry. Moving on to the next question. Ashwarya is asking, what would be the career option look like if I choose MBA in sustainability management? What roles do the companies provide while placements? So, Rao, sir, please.
Yeah, so basically, this is a very good question, which normally students want to know as to what are the opportunities available. As I said, that there are today very demanding areas coming up for students to pick up positions in industry, partly because of regulations coming into play now. Now, many countries around the world have got very tight regulations around becoming sustainable, and thanks to government policies and government laws, and all of these are making industries to also hire young management graduates to understand and perform that role in their own companies in terms of trying to become sustainability officers, ESG analysts, carbon market specialists. They could also be going into core sector. For example, solar power today or wind power as part of renewable energy is also one of the world's most, I would say, fastest growing green scale area today. India is probably rapidly growing in this area, and they need young talent. So there are a lot of job opportunities coming in terms of hardcore renewable energy managers in this area as well. So you can actually see it could be a core sector renewable energy position, or it could be a consulting position where students or young graduates are also providing consultancies to various organizations in terms of becoming sustainable as a company itself. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving on to the next question that I see here is, um, do I need to have a background in agri-business to be a part of SIB MBA agri-business? So, Sushant, sir, this question, I
Yes.
guess, goes to you.
Not at all. If we see our current set of students, they are a combination of BSc Agri students, BCom, BBA students, BA honors in economics students. So trust me, you do not need a background in agriculture or agribusiness as such to join our MBA in agribusiness program. I'll also add something here that we also teach bridge courses, introduction to agriculture, advances in agriculture in semester 1 and semester 2, to make sure that you are at par with our BSc agriculture students, someone who has studied agriculture for 3 years, you're at par with them, and then you get an equal chance to sit for placements with them. So we will definitely offer you bridge courses even before joining the MBA program, and in semester 1, semester 2 also you will get the chance to study introduction to agriculture, advances in agriculture. So you can be from any field. If you're interested, passionate about this area, you can definitely join the course.
Thank you, sir. One more question is there
Yes.
about agribusiness. It's very
Uh,
interesting that
yes.
can I get into ITC by pursuing MBA in agribusiness? So,
Def
what are your take?
Definitely you can. Recently, ITC came to our campus for summer internship as well as for placements. They offered roles in areas of commodity procurement, commodity trading, operations management, marketing operations. So they had a vast set of profiles that they offered. Yes, of course, you can get into ITC. Adding to that, ITC has been our regular recruiter from years, both for summers and for the finals, not only for MBA in agribusiness, even for MBA in international business. ITC has been our regular recruiter.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Next question is coming that how is a general MBA different from MBA in IB? Given that we still have different domains like finance, marketing, etc. Ma'am, I would like to uh,
I think I covered this in my presentation, but again, to tell you that when we talk about general MBA, they offer you IB as a specialization. So in your third or fourth semester, you will have few subjects with IB orientation. But when we talk about specifically about MBA in international business, these subjects, there are core subjects in the area of international business, which are being taught to you right from semester 1. So when we specifically talk about SIIB specifically, we have a subject, global business environment and international import and export trade. We have in second semester, we have trade finance and forex risk management. So these are the core subject in first year. And then as the student move to the second year, we have specialization subject. So in addition to the core subject in international business, all these specialization also are being taught with IB orientation. So if you have taken marketing as a specialization, you will have subjects like international marketing. If you have taken HR as a specialization, international HRM. For finance student, we have international financial management. For SCM student, we have global supply chain management. So in addition to core IB subject, one or two subject will be there in all the semesters. And in addition to that, you also, in your specialization, the subject will be taught to you with the international orientation compared to general MBA program, wherein you only have IB specialization and have access to very few subjects in the area of international business. So maybe they'll teach you international marketing and so on. But we also teach subjects like foreign trade policies and custom regulations and marine insurance, payment methods, pestle analysis. So these are the basic core of international business, which are being taught to our students right from semester 1.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for drawing the clear demarcations, what all differences we have in IB. So the next question is, what kind of projects are there in agribusiness? So Sushant sir, I think this question definitely goes to you again.
If the student is referring to life projects, right? Life projects, life projects are there in real are there for the real time application in the field of agri business. So some of the life projects can be related to optimizing supply chains. Some of the projects can be related to the actual rural marketing projects where you study the product, where you do a market research, and then you design a branding or marketing campaign around that. It can be related to the study of fundamental and, let's say, quantitative analysis of a price analysis of different commodities. So it can be related to any real-time application in the field of agribusiness. And the kind of recruiters we have with us, right, generally the projects are actual, let's say the problem is actual problem of the company, and they hire our students to solve that.
Thank you so much, sir. The next question says that is it compulsory to have a 4-year degree to pursue the course in international business? So, ma'am, if you would like to take this up.
The eligibility condition as far as admission to MBA in international businesses, you should be having a graduate degree. So even with a 3-year graduate degree, you are eligible for admission in MBA in international business.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on to one more question. For sustainability management program, is a technical background necessary if like the students have BE or BTech degree? So Prakasha, sir, if you would like to take this up.
Yeah, so when you're saying a technical background, largely we are looking at a BE or a BTech. That is definitely a preferred eligibility criteria for joining the sustainability management program. But over the last few years, since the program started in 2009, we have not restricted ourselves to only looking at this area, this group of uh, students coming from a BE or a BTech background, but we also started to look at others. For example, we have had architects, students who have graduated architecture. We've had students who have done their bachelor's in environment science at a BSc degree, or they have done a master's or an MSc in environmental science studies as well. And so, or if it could be a degree in sustainable development, because there are universities today offering sustainable development as a bachelor's degree. So these are areas that we would also be looking at in terms of students who wish to pursue a course in this. But yes, I would be very clear in saying that yes, we do prefer engineers because there is a lot of technology oriented backgrounds here. But we don't restrict to that. We also do look at others who are slightly more oriented towards this region, like architecture, environment sciences as well.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope the aspirants must have jotted down the important points. Moving on to the next question, a flagship question that comes in, that what is the expected cutoff for SIIB? Is there any expected cutoff?
So over the years, the cutoff have been in the range of 95 to 98% percentile. But definitely over the years, it also depends upon the performance of the student. But the students who have been admitted had a percentile in this range, is what we can say right now.
So what all I can gauge is that the percentile changes every year as per the number of students and the difficulty level. So students, you need to prepare hard to get in here, but we hope to see you as our juniors next year. I think we should wrap up as the time is not much. There are some repetitive questions as well, but we would like to take them up in some different webinar some other day. So thank you so much for imparting such insightful and niche details. As sir mentioned, that India needs young leaders as part of its growing demands, and I think everyone would agree on the need of the courses that SIIB offers. And I wish all the best to all the aspirants who are going to appear for the SNAP exam in the month of December. And I hope to see you all as SIIB family in the coming year. Thank you, everyone.
So, Anjali, just 1 minute. I would like to conclude. I would also like to add that, if you have this question in mind as to what SIIB has to offer for you as an MBA aspirant. So Anjali, who is just a first-year student, have joined us in the month of June. And there is a lot of opportunities that we have for our students. So it is not just Anjali, there are a lot of students who are working behind the scene also. We have a team of students who have been working day and night as part of the admission committee, and we're trying to reach out to different colleges to ensure that, the students are being made aware about all the programs that we have to offer. And this particular webinar is also effort of a lot of the students who are working as admission committee. So at SIIB, we have a lot of opportunities for students, and they have a lot of opportunities whereas they can learn and grow. And the more you will utilize these opportunities, the brighter will be your chances to get into good companies and have a brighter, very, very bright career prospect. Thank you, Anjali, and the entire team for making this happen.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for showing us the brighter side of MBA. I'm glad to have you on board, ma'am. So everyone, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, admissions team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.